This is an R tutorial. Got 2 minutes? Learn some statistical programming in R. It's easy, free, and fun. This tutorial, how to dynamically retrieve different objects according to a pattern using the get function. The get function is basically the opposite of the assign function. So if you want to learn more about how to do the opposite of what you're about to do, watch the tutorial titled How to Dynamically Create Different Objects According to a Pattern Using the Assign Function. Time to switch it up. This is an original Anthony switcheroo. I'm going to give you a 30-second explanation of the get command and then a more detailed explanation. Ready? Or not, here I come. Here's a numeric vector x containing the numbers 1 through 5. If I want to access that numeric vector in the future, I can just type x and see what's inside of the variable. It prints it to the screen. Well, what if I want to do the exact same thing with the get command, but instead of typing x, I want to give the get function a character string? All right, here I've got quote x quote inside of the get function. This is not the object x. This is just a character string that kind of matches this object up here, but it's not the same thing. This on its own is just a character string. Get it? Good. Now let's see why this is useful. Let's load in 3 more data frames. It's the sleep, empty cars, and warp breaks data frame. If I use the ls function, that's going to return a character vector with all of the names of the objects currently loaded into memory. Now let's say I want to print the contents of all 4 of those. If I just want to print the contents of all 4 of those objects to the screen. If you have trouble with this step, check out the tutorial titled How to Build a For Loop in R. Then come on back. Remember, you can loop through any kind of object, so I'm going to loop through this character vector, and I'm going to print all of the names of the things currently in memory to the screen. This is just the names, though. Now remember what I did up here. If I want to print the actual contents of each of these 4 things, I can loop through that and use print of the get function of this character string here. Totally dynamic. And if I scroll up, I've got all of the stuff printed to the screen. Empty cars, sleep, warp breaks, and X at the bottom. The get command allows us to access objects by using a character string instead of specifying the object itself. This sort of flexibility makes R the best language ever, and this has been a work of